the Devolution conference is ongoing in Kwale at the coast, and our senior coast reporter Ferdinand Omondi is on hand to give us the latest. A very good evening to you, Ferdinand. You're looking okay. How are you doing tonight?
Fine, thank you. I am doing very okay. It's a very cool breeze coming in from the Indian Ocean here in the South Coast of Leisure Lodge. The second day of the Devolution conference went on pretty well because in as much as the president did not show up, the deputy president did not show up, the chairman of the Council of Governors, Isaac Ruto, tried to downplay that and say that they had the apologies and wished the conveners well. But this was received with a lot of sarcasm and some very sarcastic claps from the audience. They did not take it with really a lot of belief, particularly considering that even the Devolution Cabinet Secretary also gave it a wide berth, and which was a bit disappointing, for at least for the people here, in terms of the representation they expected from the executive. Nevertheless, the discussions centered a lot on the issue of financing, capacity building, and generally what people to expect. And towards that matter, I am now joined by Bungoma Governor Ken Lusaka, who is supposed to give us a bit about what happened just welcome. Thank you for making time. Today we had a day-long discussion, and first of all I need to ask you, what did you make about the absence of the executive? The deputy president was the president deputy, and even the cabinet secretary, and a lot of people, including the Senate, they did not attend.
I think this was a historic day, and we had planned together that it will be an all-inclusive conference, but we understand the head of state is out of the country. The deputy may have also been quite busy with other engagements, but we had expected that at least some members of the national government will come so that we are together. We look at the challenges that we are facing together and what has happened. So we're really wondering what exactly happened, but we hope that this will not signal that we are not going to work together, because I think it's very important that we walk this journey together, and therefore it's very, very important that after this conference maybe we find out exactly what happened, so that, because it's important that we have to move together.
Yes, and nevertheless there was a very lively discussion in there, and a lot of factors were discussed. What do you think was the most taking point from the various options of discourse that you had today? What really struck you most from those who attended?
What struck me today is the resolve and what is happening at the grassroots, because obviously, like when we looked at the DVDs and the CDs that have been taken, especially in the field by the CRA, you realize that there's a lot that is going on. You know, we saw roads being constructed, we saw health centers being facilitated with medicine, drugs, we saw ambulances being flagged off by the various governors. Therefore, that really struck me that a lot is beginning to happen on the ground, that the Mwananchi is beginning to realize the fruits of devolution. Of course, we also had some discussions about, for example, the role of the audit, and it came out very clearly that audit is not meant to be like policing or, you know, fault finding, but supposed to be a management tool to assist the county governors to be able to correct areas where they think they need to make corrections, so that at least together we can be able to improve our management styles in the counties. So I think that really touched me, and the fact that we were all able to come together and learn the best practices from each other.
Okay. Well, finally, Governor, the CIC chairman, who was now your standing guest, said, do not be swayed by persons who are bent on undermining devolution. Who are these people?
I think what he meant is the signals. You know, sometimes you look at things that happen and you ask yourself, is this deliberate? Is this meant to derail us? I think the point that he was emphasizing is that let's not play into the hands of maybe those who may not want devolution to succeed, because of course we have a few people who are centrists, people who still believe in centralized power, and therefore when governors do certain things, it's likely to be hyped, it's likely to be picked and you know, taken around to show like devolution is not succeeding. Or, you know, you create a situation like when Moses was liberating the Israelites, where he said, you know, the Israelites complained and said we were better off when we were in Egypt. So maybe we don't want to create a situation where people start feeling maybe we should go back to the centralized kind of system. So I think the point he was making is that let us be careful so that we don't fall into that trap, because it's obvious that not everybody may be happy with the way the devolution is going.
Thanks. Governor Ken Lusaka, thank you much for making making time in as much as it was very brief. That is the governor of Bungoma, Ken Lusaka. And to take this discussion further forward tonight, we have Jeff Koinange live right here at the Leisure Lodge, and he will be speaking to the chairman of Governors Council, Isaac Ruto, as well as touching on matter security here in the coast, and that is activist Hussein Khalid. Remember, tomorrow is the last day of the convention, and KTN will be live to cover those proceedings as well. For tonight, I'll leave you with that. My name is Ferdinand Omondi. Back to you, Wilson.